Gonna be my first video, and doing this one with my phone because I can't get my tripod set up. And we're working on this little purple fish here. I'm gonna give it a yellow tail, and I got this page right here from this book. And I got this book from, there you go, from the Dollar Tree. And I should have got more because I went back and they didn't have it anymore. So I missed out on that. But I've been stalking them, and so I'm sure I'll find it again at some point. You see, I made a mistake right there. I didn't realize that there's not a fin right there. I'll fix it somehow. And the pencils I'm using are just regular pencils I got from Walmart. I don't remember the name of them. They had like a little flower design on the front. No numbers and no color name. You just gotta go through them. Pretty much look at the tips because let me see if I can show you. Sometimes the color, see, that makes you think it's a brown, but it's really not. It's actually a red. So you have to look at the tips of these. But they do the trick for the most part. Alright, so then I'm gonna use this one. Well, let me see. Okay, I'm gonna use this one here. I don't know if you can see that, but this is a little bit lighter than this one, so I'm gonna use this next just to blend in a little bit. And I'm just going to go in and do a little spotty blending, meaning that I'm just going to just do streaks of this darker yellow over the lighter yellow I just did. And usually I'll put a point on my pencils, but I don't need it right now because I'm doing such a broad area. I'm not really doing too much detail right now, so I don't need it to be a super sharp point. Now I'm going to pick up this darker yellow, and I think I'm going to do this part here, and maybe I think I'm going to do dark and then just leave these tips light. And I'm gonna be fairly heavy-handed. I might go in with a little brown. I'm probably gonna have to, just to get more contrast, but I think you can see that fairly well. Again, like I said, I've got to fix this little area right here, but I'll worry about that when I get ready to do the background. Okay, so I think I'm gonna go back to this medium yellow that I chose, and that's when I'm gonna do this spine, or whatever you call this part of the fish fin that runs down the middle. Okay, and then again, I'm gonna go take that darker yellow, and I'm just gonna go on this little tail end and the top part, and a little bit of that bottom part. I'm gonna leave the middle alone, and let me see. Sorry for the lighting. I have my kitchen light on, but you still can't really look. See it. But it's looking pretty good right now. Okay. So then we're gonna do this light yellow. Alright, right here. And we're gonna do these two fins here and the mouth. And if you're wondering what this one is, this is two types of orange and then two types of yellows. This is an orange red and another red, and then an orange red. And then, I still got the lines a little bit, got a little crazy, so I gotta fix that as well. But so far, so good. This book here, you can tear the pages out. So that's what I do. I put them on the clipboard. And even if I'm coloring in a book, which I'll show in a different video, I rotate my pages while I'm working on them, like that. Or like when I get to, say, this fish right here, I just take this out the clipboard, flip it around, and so I can work on this. It makes it a little bit easier for me to maneuver instead of trying to go over this and being awkward arm situations. So I just flip them. And then this one here, I'm just gonna sometimes I can color a little heavy-handed, but I want this to be kind of light so I can see more of the blending. And so I'm gonna hold it back a little bit, like right here, instead of getting close up on it, so that it'll be a little lighter, not as much pressure. It'll take some getting used to, but Now see, I'm tempted to want to go and do that right there, but I know that it's not going to go in the direction I want it to go, since I'm kind of wanted to color this way. So I'm just going to wait on that part until I'm ready to flip the clipboard. So that was that medium color, the light color. We're going to go for this medium color. Okay, and definitely want to get up in here with that color. And if y'all hear any talking in the background, it is Sports Center. I'm waiting for the Alabama Roll Tide, Alabama and Clemson game to come on. So, coloring in football. That's the combination. Alright, so if you can look at it a little bit, you got this light area right here. Went over it with this medium area right here. I'm going to take the dark pencil. I'm just going to go right on these tips down here and darken that up a little bit. Go in close to the body and darken that as well. Just go lightly over that light spot. Alright. So like I said, now I want to work on this one, but it's kind of far away. It's not, it makes for awkward movement. So I'm going to get the clipboard, bring it closer to me, and that way I'm going to tilt it a little bit, and that way I can work on it. And y'all excuse my camera, I'm holding it with one hand. I'm going to go in with this light yellow, and I like to outline it a little bit, otherwise I'll be all over these lines. Go in and lightly color. Make sure I do very light in the middle part, because I want that to be kind of my highlight. And then we're going to do the same thing that we did on this one here. And we're going to outline the edges with the medium, and then we're going to go back and repeat it with the dark. And that'll pretty much be our first fish. Okay, and then go in with the dark. We'll get real good up on that body, right up on these edges here. And the yellow sometimes pulls that black ink into it. I'm not really too worried about it. It happens. Can't really do too much about it. I probably could do it lighter and not press as hard, but I'm not pressed about it. And that's what really kind of happened on this one. I don't know if you can see it, but I pressed a little hard on it, and so the yellow bleeded. Not bleed, but picked up the black ink of the fin, and so it made it a little greenish on some of these tips. But that's alright because I can work with that when I figure out how I'm going to do the water. And maybe I'll just go over some of these fish areas with the color I'm going to do the water, and maybe that'll fix some of the situations of the black ink mixing with this yellow. Now this orange fish or golden fish, whichever color you want to call it, I did the eyes gray. I'm not sure if I'm going to keep them gray, which is why I haven't touched this one yet, but I really only colored this gray because, as y'all can see, I have a tendency to go outside the lines a little bit. I didn't want to get any red color in the eyes too much, so that's why I went ahead and colored that. I may change it. I may just keep it that color. I'm not sure yet. Okay. So, right into this. I'm gonna make. Ooh, I'm not on the right thing. Sorry about that. I'm gonna I think I'm gonna just color in this part too. Maybe go right up into this here. Okay. And then we're gonna take this dark one and go right into the side of this fish right here. I'm trying to do like little circles a little bit. Cause you kind of don't want the crazy scratch marks going every which way. Or at least that's what I'm trying to avoid. So I'm trying to just really blend this with little circles, little ovals. I'm pretty heavy-handed with the coloring right now. Okay, then I'm gonna go back in with this light color and go over all of it. No, I'm not really worried too much about my color stroke direction because it's going over a couple of layers and it's basically blending it out anyway. I'm going for a golden yellow, but not gold, just a golden yellow. And so there goes my little fish right there. And now I just have this little piece of tail that I'm not sure. I think I'm just gonna use this dark yellow here first. So I'm starting with my third pencil, my dark color. And then I'm gonna go over that with my second yellow, which was my medium color. I'm just gonna get in there with that. And then I think I'm gonna leave that as that. And so I got two fish done. This is my golden red fish and my purple goldfish. I don't think I'm gonna do any blue, just because you know I'm gonna make the water blue, and so yeah, I don't want to overrun the picture with that. So my next fish, let me put these back in here. And this is one of the colors I used. I think I used this color here. Alright, and then this color here. And probably this color here is the body of this fish here. So that's part one, fish two, because I did not film this one, but I'm gonna film the second fish. Probably this one here. Once I figure out what colors I'm gonna use, and I'll be back.